Howdy, welcome back to my DesDevDiary. Got an update on my project card or project browser today. I've been doing a bunch of work on it during the week, and I feel like it's starting to feel some polish that makes it feel nice to use. There's a few small things that I've implemented that just make the difference. So let's get to it. You can see it on screen. So let's jump into a file. So I'm going to go into welcome, which is just a dummy file based on the original welcome file when you create a vault. And as usual, we have the states up the top. So if you click that, you've got all the states that are set up by default, and you can customize those. What I realized was on mobile, this didn't really fit. So if I shrink this down now, you'll see that it wraps around the layers, so you can always see everything. Wraps around the lines. So that's good. Really needed. If I jump back, one big change that I found was really annoying me was that if you scroll down the project browser and then you click a file, so let's click this one, text and handwriting, you go into that and then you go back. Previously, it would scroll you back up to the top and you would lose your place, but now it keeps you where you were. So it's much easier to jump in and out of files and do things. So I can go text and handwriting. I can give it a new label. Maybe I'll just take off the status and give it no status and go back. And I'm still here, and I can see text and handwriting is down here now. Now, in the future, I'll also highlight that a little bit, maybe do some animation so that you find your spot again visually. But at the moment, at least it doesn't scroll, which is a huge help. You'll notice that I've added different kinds of state views. So final is a state, focus is a state, drafting is a state. They're all customizable, but they have different views. So this is what I call small cards, I think. And this is called something else. I can't remember. This is called detailed cards, and then small cards again, small cards, and then a list here. So you can customize those for your state. So the idea is that I might have an idea. So it starts off in an idea state. At some point I move it into shortlisted because I want to start working on it. At some point I start drafting it, so it's appearing near the top. But then even then, sometimes I'm drafting too many and I want to say, okay, this week I'm going to focus on a particular file. So I give it a focus state. Now, because I'm focusing on that, I felt like I probably don't need to read the blurb to remember what it was. So I've just made a bigger card for it with the title. And then the final state is final because I'm ready to post it online. Now, really, these wouldn't live here for long. I think I'm having some latency issues. This looks like it's streaming a little bit better now. So let's keep going. So the idea is it wouldn't live in final for long. I would click on it, I would post it online, and then I would set it to archived and go back. Now archived, so if I set all these to archived, you'll notice that they just disappear from final and they go into archived, but archived is a hidden state. So, oops. So it no longer appears there. So really I just have drafting at the top or focus at the top. Now, if I jump to the settings, you'll see that in Project Browser you have all the states. We had this before. You can drag them and reorder them, and notice you order them in the order that you do them, and that's how it displays in the state menu in your notes. But it displays in reverse order when you're in the card browser because the later stages are what you want to see. So let's jump back to there. So you can reorder those. That's been there before. You can drag them to hidden states or drag them to delete. But now what we have is this cog here, this setting. So each one you can go into settings and you can change a name and you can change the view. So if I change, let's do, I think we had some stuff in drafting. If I change that to simple cards and save it and close it, and I need to actually close the browser and open it again, and you can see these are the simple cards now. In the future, you'll be able to change these views from in here as well, the style of the views, but at the moment it's just in the settings. I think that's pretty much it. There's like better responsivity here. So let me jump back to the detailed cards. I'll make this one detailed. Better responsivity. So if I make this smaller, you'll see it all adapts much nicer than it did before. So it works nicely on phone screens and on tablets as well. And then I think lastly, you'll notice that there's a little bit of rotation and wonkiness to the cards. I just wanted to add a little bit of character. It was feeling quite boring to use it. So just a little bit of styling there in terms of a quirky feel. So it feels a little bit more organic while you're doing this, while you're using this. Eventually I'll add that in as a setting, but for now it's hard-coded in there. And that's it. I can see someone's watching. Hopefully the lag didn't ruin it for you, and you still got a lot out of it. But thanks for joining, and see you next time. So actually, sorry, before I go, to get this update, it's only in the beta stream. So you have to use BRAT to update to this in about a week. Once I've used it enough and I feel like all the bugs are gone, then I'll update it to the mainstream so you can get it then as well. That being said, if there are bugs in it, they're not bugs that'll affect your files. It's just that it might not display properly or something like that. So feel free to use this. And that's it. Thanks for joining.